Okay, so story time. My brand new dorm thing flooded its first semester that it was open. Okay, so basically they made this dorm. It was supposed to be done last year, but it wasn't. Like, they started building it a while ago, but it was supposed to be done last year. And everybody that signed up to live there, they had to put them in like freshman dorms, or they like lived in a hotel. And then this year, they finally had it open, and like a lot of the people that were supposed to live there last year didn't try to move in this year because it was just such a mess. But so like me and my roommates, like we all got in super easily because like nobody wanted to live there. But like they ended up filling up all the rooms. I think it was like 400 people that lived there, and like they're brand new. Like nobody had lived in it before. It was super exciting. Like it's so nice. I'll probably like insert a video or something of how pretty like it was. Like it was brand new. It was so nice. I loved it. And then literally not even like a whole semester went by before like it flooded. I'm just gonna tell you about the night that it flooded. So basically it was like, I don't know, I had just gotten back from work, so it was like, I don't know, like 8, and I was the only one in our quad. And basically like the way this building is set up is like it's a big square and there's like a courtyard in the center. So like I was just hanging out, and like I heard people outside sound like they were kind of yelling and like screaming, and it kind of sounded like they were playing a game because like our university does that a lot. Like they like there are these like, I don't know, like games to get people to meet each other. So I just thought it was that, and I was kind of annoyed. I just like wanted to watch TV, and like all I was hearing was this like yelling in the courtyard, and I was like, oh my god. So I was actually about to take a shower, and then I heard somebody like knock on the door, and they were like, evacuate, like get out. And I was I don't know why, but I was just like, that's so fake, like, and dumb. Like I thought they were like, I don't know, playing a like scavenger hunt game. I don't know, they were like knocking on people's doors, and it just like really annoyed me. And I was like, not coming out because they always have like fire drills and stuff, and I usually just like stay in my room for those. I was just so like over it. Like I was like, no way, like the fire alarm isn't even going off, so if anything was serious, like that would go off. So like I just turned the TV up louder, and then like I had heard yelling in the courtyard for like a good 30 minutes, okay? And then that's when they first knocked on my door. It was like 30 minutes after I heard yelling. And I was like, oh my god, like this is so annoying. And so then like I said, I turned the TV up louder, and then they came around again. Like I heard them knocking on everybody's door, and like people were screaming down the hallway. They were like, get out, like get out. And I was like, oh my god. And then they knocked on my door, and they're like, please get out. Like they were like really sounded stressed. I was like, oh, I'm a little nervous. So I went out, and I'm really close to the door to like get out of the actual building, and I look out, and literally like water is pouring out of the like walls. Like I don't know, it was crazy. And I think I have a video, I don't know, I'll put it in. Like because I actually like recorded it on Snapchat, and then I was like, oh shit, like I need to get my computer and stuff. So I like went to go back in, and like an RA stopped me, and they're like, you can't go back in. So I kind of lied, and I was like, my roommate's napping, or like they didn't believe it or something, and they were just like, whatever, go in. So I just grabbed my computer and like my backpack and my wallet and my keys, and I was like, good to go.
You need to charge your phone.
So I went back in, I got my stuff, and then I just wanted to check to make sure I was the only one that was in there, because like I know a lot of my roommates, or like most of my roommates, they don't believe that stuff when it goes off. So I just want to make sure like they're actually leaving. And like on my way out, I saw like people stick their heads out the door, and I was like, you really gotta go, like it's actually flooding. And they were like, okay. So then like they kind of grabbed their stuff, and like we left. And I'll insert some videos of what people's rooms looked like.
Oh my god. Oh my god. We have to go now. Let's go. Why?
So they like herded us all like across the street, and we were all standing there, and like they were trying to figure out like who was all there, and like some people were like soaking wet, and like I was kind of wet because like the only way to get out, you had to like run under where the water was like pouring out, and it was so cold. Like I literally felt like I was taking a shower. And they got us all onto like one side of the street, and they were trying to see who was all there, but it was really loud, and like the fire department came, so like that was loud, and it was just like too messy, so they actually had us all like walk across campus to the gym, the RCC. And when we got there, like a basketball game was going on, and so they basically just made like all these soaking wet kids like sit in the bleachers, and they didn't even like stop the game. Like they waited until halftime to like try to do this roll call, but everybody was talking. A lot of people left because they were pissed off that all their stuff was ruined. And then yeah, so they had us go into the gym, and they were trying to make sure everybody had left, and it was kind of a mess. Like a lot of people like had like medicine and like passports and stuff that they needed to get out. So they heard like people saying that kind of thing, and they ordered us pizza, so that was kind of cool. We got a lot of free pizza. That was nice. Big fan of that. After we all got pizza, they decided to let us go back into the building. Our room was not touched, so that was kind of nice, I'm not gonna lie. I appreciated that. Like, we got our stuff, and they made us leave really fast. Like, we weren't allowed to, like, stay. Like, we could only grab what we said we were gonna grab. They wouldn't let us grab anything else, which is, I think, dumb, but whatever. So then they let everybody else do that. And then I just left, and I got an email that said, like, the people in my wing were allowed to move back in that night. Like, I was allowed to move back into my room, but the other three wings had to pretty much, like, we had this building that was, like, not being used. It was, like, an old freshman dorm that was, like, the oldest building that nobody uses anymore. And they pretty much just put, like, cots and sleeping bags, like, on the floors so that everybody could sleep. And, like, they gave them all, like, the university's, like, t-shirts. It was, like, on a Thursday night, so they basically just said, like, we didn't have to go to class the next day, like, obviously. And then, yeah, they ended up moving all of those people, like, in the 3 quarters that couldn't move back. They moved them all to apartments, but it was so hard for them to get their things, like, out of their rooms because they actually, like, wouldn't let people into the rooms. So they had, like, all these construction workers would move their stuff from, like, the building to the gym, and, like, they had to pick their stuff up there, and it was kind of a mess. Like, for, like, it was going on for, like, I swear, like, 2 weeks. Like, people were trying to find their things, and, like, everybody was, like, getting their stuff moved out, and they weren't allowed to move it. They could only pick it up from the gym. Like, it was really just, like, a whole mess. And then they finally moved those people to apartments, and they had, like, all these movers. And then after that, they were just starting construction on, like, the damaged parts of the building, and, like, while I was still living there, and then the air conditioning stopped working and, like, my wing, because I think they shut it off throughout. So they gave us all fans, and then, like, towards the end of break, they, like, lightly mentioned that we might not be able to come back next semester. Okay.
Story time, my room's haunted.
So yeah, they, like, kind of mentioned couldn't move back in next semester, and, like, nobody believed it because, like, it was fine, like, where we were. Like, yeah, it was really hot, but then, like, they got it figured out, and, like, everything was fine. And so, like, during this time, like, while I was living there, like, they literally were, like, busting out windows and, like, had these huge cranes, like, going into the windows and stuff. Like, it was kind of crazy. And they also had, like, these hazmat suits that they were going in with, and I was kind of like, you know, this building's, like, all connected. Like, should I be worried? Like, I sleep here at night. And then, so anyways, so they had this rumor going around that, like, I wasn't going to be able to move back in afterwards. Basically, towards finals, they told us, like, they were going to have workers in and out of our rooms to check damages and stuff, so that we needed to take everything valuable. They told us they were going to, like, look through and make sure that we were good to live there and all that good stuff. And then, literally, like, December 24th, like, they email me and they're like, we're moving you. Like, when you get back, like, you have the weekend before classes start to move everything. Like, basically, they gave us 8 hours from 2 days, like, 8 hours on Saturday and Sunday. Like, we have to move out everything and get it into these new apartments that they got us downtown. They have professional movers. I'm pretty much gonna have to move, like, my whole bedroom and kitchen by myself in, like, 2 days, and my room is, like, not very ready for that. I don't know, it's kind of a mess. We'll see how it goes. I might put a video up of, like, the whole moving experience and, like, my new apartment that's supposed to be really nice. It's downtown, so it should be really pretty, I hope. I don't know. But yeah, that's it. So I guess, like, you know, comment if you want that.